This is how you play the card game Golf. I've got it already set up for a two-player game. So I've dealt 4 cards and 4 cards, the draw pile, the discard pile. So before you start, you can look at, if this is my hand, I can look at any of these 2 cards. I'll just pick these bottom 2 ones. I've got an 8 and a king. Suits do not matter in this game. All the cards are face value, except jacks and queens are 10, kings are 0, and aces are 1. Remember, you're going for the lowest score. So I can look at these before we start playing, and then I have to turn them back over, and I can't look at them again. So I have to remember I have an 8 and a king. The play is simple enough. I can choose to either take this card or this card. At first I draw. I don't see any reason to have a 9, so I'm going to draw and see what I get. I don't want this card because I know I have an 8 and a king is 0, so that's good. So I'm going to just discard that card, but I have to flip one of my cards over. I could have either taken this card and replaced a card and discarded, but I want to keep the king, so I'm going to discard and then flip a card. And that is the end of my turn. The next player would go. I won't show you that. It would be my turn again. I don't want the 7, a 10. So the strategy in this game is how do you deal with the blind cards? That's the difficulty. A 10, I think there's a better chance of getting a lower card just going blind. I'm gonna flip it over. An ace, that's good. So that's only 1 point. My turn is over. This person would go. Their hand would look the same as mine with 2 cards flipped over. So it's my turn again. I mean, they would put another card on top, but I don't want the 10. A 2 is pretty good. So I'll get rid of this 8 and put the 2 in its place because that's better. The other player would go, and then it's my turn. A 6. I will take my chances. So that didn't work out for me. So my hand is over, the round is over. I just count up my points, 0 plus 2 plus 8 plus 1. So I got 11 points that hand. Now, one interesting thing, you'll see this on the notes about the scoring. If I hadn't subbed out that 2, if my hand had ended up looking like this, any 2 pairs cancel each other. So these would be 0 instead of 16. So this would have been a great hand. I only would have had 1 point here. And similarly, if, for example, if there was another 8, if this card was an 8, so I had 3 of one card, it's minus whatever the card is. So that would have been -8 if I'd had 3 8s here, which that's about as good as you can do. So that's the card game of golf. You play 9 of those rounds and the lowest score wins.